So do you have boring, logical, and platonical conversations that lead nowhere? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can transition from boring and logical all the way up to a flirtatious man-to-woman conversation that gets women hooked. So step one is vibing and enthusiasm. So many guys ask me what the best topic of conversation is, but it's not about the topic necessarily. It's more about the vibe and enthusiasm. So if I'm talking about a boring topic, my body language is bad and my voice is off, the girl's just not going to be engaged. So tips to avoid this would be to not be frowning and have a little bit of a smile on your face. And ideally just don't have a stone face, right? Because that immediately gives away to the girl that you're awkward and uncomfortable. And believe it or not, your face can actually convey a lot of emotion. Another way you can avoid that is don't be monotone in your voice. Don't just talk like this and speak like this and oh yeah, it was fun to watch the movie. Like, you have to have a bit of inflections in your voice, and generally you want to be speaking in a downward tonality rather than an upward tonality, because that seems like you're seeking rapport, and when you speak down it's more like you're confident and you're sure in what you're saying. Step two to make the conversation more engaging is to be teasing the girl. It's good that we got the vibe and enthusiasm checked off, but that alone is only going to lead to a friendly conversation. And as we know, friendly conversations mean you're going to be labeled as the nice guy, and nice guys get put in the friend zone. Over the duration of a conversation, you want to have a mixture of negative and positive emotional spikes, right? Like we said earlier, too much positive can put you in that friend zone nice guy category, but too much negative can put you in the asshole dick category. Generally, you want to be closer to that side, but still, you don't want to be all the way there. And a good way we can avoid being an asshole completely is by teasing the girl. One of the easiest ways you can tease a girl is by playfully disagreeing. For example, she really likes a show and you could be like, wow, that's the worst show ever. This could never work. The goal is to create a back and forth banter, and teasing a girl is your way of disqualifying her. In essence, telling her why it's not going to work out between you two. Oh wow, you do that? This will never work out. Oh wow, you play basketball? This will never work out. And one reason you want to do this is you want to put her in the position of trying to qualify herself to you and making her want to give you reasons why it would work out. Because generally the way a bad interaction goes is the guy is always trying to qualify to the girl. And if that's the case, it means the guy is at a lower level and he's trying to be like, oh no, this will work out, you're so beautiful, you know, all this stuff. But the thing is, girls never date downwards, they only date upwards. So in a way, you need to show her that you're better than her, right? You need to be on the same level or above. And the way you do that is by showing her reasons why she has to get to your level and why you're not satisfied with just her being her. One way I like to do this disagreeing thing is by disagreeing on something that you're ceding to for later on in the date or another date. So for example, one way I like to pull a girl back home is by telling her I'm really into the show. For example, let's just say Breaking Bad. I really make the girl qualify on this thing as if it's like a really big deal, right? I'll be like, hey, I have a really important question for you, right? This can make or break our relationship. And you're obviously saying this in a playful way, so it's not like super serious. But then you ask her, have you ever watched Breaking Bad? And you put a lot of pressure on it, right? And just by slowing that down, you're also adding that flirty vibe to it, right? And then she's gonna say no. If she says no, you can put your hand out. You can put your hand out slowly, shake her hand and say her name and be like, Anna, this isn't gonna work out, I'm sorry. And she obviously knows you're joking at this point. But what that basically does is shows her that you're really into this thing, and the fact that she's not into it is disqualifying her. And after that little bit's over and the joke's over, what you can do is like, but no, seriously, like that's a really important thing to me. Like I base my whole life around this show, so you have to watch it, deal? And if you did it properly and she's into you, she'll probably say yeah. And that's a way for you to seed watching Breaking Bad, which you can do later on at your place, you know? So that's a little technique that I use to tease and disqualify the girl, but then also seed the idea of going back to your place and watching whatever movie or whatever thing it is that you tease her on. Step three to making a boring conversation flirty is actually flirting with the girl. Surprise, surprise. And guys always overcomplicate this step and they put pressure on themselves. You try too hard with this step, you can really come across as corny, and that's the last thing you want to do. An easy actionable way you can do this is by sprinkling in the word cute. So like, oh, that's so cute the way you did that. That's so cute the way you say it. Like, say that again. Oh, that's so cute the way you say it in your Colombian accent. You know, those sorts of little things you can do to make it man to woman and show her that, yeah, you actually are interested in her and are attracted to her. Another thing you can do is use a push-pull. So for example, you could say, you're cute, but blank. For example, you're cute, but this will never work out. You're a Lakers fan. You're cute, but annoying. Like, there's so many different examples, right? And ideally have the adjective relating to something that you've been talking about on the date or something you've already been teasing her on. But there's also a certain vibe to flirting, right? So 3 things that I would say are key here when it comes to flirting is slowing down your speech. This creates tension, and also if you imagine a guy who's super attracted to a girl, he's never going to be a guy who's speaking really fast or jittery and speaking too fast, because that just shows a lack of calmness, a lack of confidence, right? In order for feminine energy to be attracted to masculine energy, the man needs to be still like a rock. And the only way feminine is actually attracted to masculine is when the masculine is still, and that in turn calms the feminine down, right? So dating works the exact same way. And one way you could portray that is through your speech. Speaking slowly, calmly, collected, and not being afraid to have silences. Like, that's how sexual tension is built. Another way is smiling and smirking and having eye contact, right? So smiling doesn't mean you want to be super overly excited. It just means that you're self-amused, you enjoy life, and you can be happy anyway. And obviously having eye contact is super important. It doesn't mean you need to be staring at her 24/7, but just don't break eye contact in a weird way. One way I like to imagine eye contact, because I know it's weird for a lot of guys, is look at one eye and look as if you're seeing through that eye. Because I know guys get a little bit weird with the eye contact thing, so that's the best way I can explain it. That's the best way that works for me. And also the third one is speaking in a downward pitch. So not speaking up like hello, speaking down like hello. Like, you want to be speaking downward. Speaking upward is seeking rapport. Speaking downward is breaking rapport. You don't want to be seeking rapport from the girl, because then again, that makes the interaction as if she's here and you're here trying to please her and get her respect. And think about it, right? Who speaks upward tonality? Who is it? It's girls, it's disloyal guys, it's homosexuals. You don't want to be any of those categories, right? Well, I imagine you don't. So always speak in a downward tonality and have that confidence and bravado in your voice. And that's something you can definitely work on. And you should be trying to catch yourself every time you're speaking upward, because that's something that I see with a lot of guys, and it's an easy change that they can make to fix a lot of their problems when it comes to flirting, right? So that's pretty much it for this video. If you still need help with this stuff, or you're looking to maximize your dating life, feel free to click the link in the description below, fill out the form, and we can jump on a discovery call and discuss how we can help you and completely turn your dating life around in the next 1 to 3 months to help you find that dream girl, right? And that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.